Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another awesome edition of MetaBurn Insider. Quick tips to motivate, inspire, and educate you to help you reach your fitness and health goals. I'm your host, Coach Roz Slaughter, aka The Motivator, with my partner in crime, Greg Califatic. What's going on, Greg?
It's not Greg. It's Mr. Nutrition. How are you, sir? I tell you all the time.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Nutrition. Mr. Nutrition, what are we going to be talking about on this edition of Quick Tips?
So we are going to talk about how to fall into your cravings versus trying to avoid them. So a lot of times when clients come here, we give them structured guidelines on what to follow, how to live a good lifestyle here and there. So they feel like they can't fall off track, or if they do fall off track, that things are just completely ruined, they're done, and they're never going to lose weight ever again. That's just their destiny. So what we teach them is how to fall into their cravings. So last thing you want to do is try to avoid cravings, because then you feel deprived. So when you fall into your craving, you actually feel a sense of satisfaction. But when you fall into a craving, you have to realize portion control. It's the hugest thing. And for me, I'll give you an example. My cravings are usually ice cream. I love ice cream. And I remember one time I went to one of these places. You know these places, Roz, where you weigh the ice cream first. It's all the yogurt and stuff. So I'm pouring the yogurt, thinking like, oh, I'm going to eat all this, put toppings on. I weighed it. It was like 16 ounces, a pound of ice cream. So obviously my eyes are a lot bigger than my stomach. And I ate that whole thing. I went to town, and I had the biggest stomach ache the next morning. Felt like garbage, and it didn't satisfy my craving. It just sabotaged the hell out of me. So, what I've been doing lately is like, when you go to your favorite ice cream places or so, you get one scoop, you put it into a small cup, and your cravings are completely satisfied, and you feel awesome. You feel like you didn't sabotage yourself, but at the same time, you were able to kind of give yourself that sweetness that you were desiring. So clients go through that all the time, but give me an example. What's something that kind of bothers you, and how do you fix it?
Well, one of my cravings that I fall into occasionally is, unlike you, Mr. Nutrition, I do love a very good beer. And after a long day of working and sharing and motivating with our clients, occasionally I like to have a beer. And I just make sure that it's just one. It's not multiple beers. And that's one of the things that I do. I also love chocolate chip cookies. And I know a lot of our clients love chocolate chip cookies or chocolate in general. But I tend to stay away from it, mainly because I don't want to add those extra calories. But when I do, and when I do have those chocolate chip cookies, I keep the portion control to one or two cookies, as you just alliterated to, because it's so important to not overdo it. I mean, 1, 2, 3 cookies, you can add an extra 300 to 500 calories on top of your macros that you already eaten that day, and really set yourself back in a big way.
Sure, for sure. The beauty about our system, which is great, and you see it all the time, what happens here at MetaBurn, is when clients go on to a lifestyle kind of structure plan. When I say structure, it's not like you have to follow calorie by calorie, but it's more of like our beliefs, our guidelines to get you to the fastest fat loss results. So when they go through just about 5 or 6 weeks, they don't have the need to really cheat that much. They literally come back to us and say, I know you want me to have a cheat meal today, but I just can't because I don't want to. I don't crave it or anything like that. Or when they do have, we had a client just recent, she told me, oh man, I cheated. I did so bad. I'm like, what'd you do? She goes, I had some barbecue chips. I'm like, okay, how many did you have? 4. All right, that's awesome. You had 4. It might be like 40 calories right there, but it satisfied her craving. It didn't destroy her results. So it's just so amazing to have our clients come back to us and say, how well they feel with all that. So anything on your end where you heard a client come back to you, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said in one of our previous episodes of the MetaBurn Insider, we talked about how these setbacks are at an event or a vacation or a special occasion in your lifestyle, anniversaries, things like that. And I usually, my main coaching tip here is acknowledge it, understand you're going to go through it, and then get back on track. Yep. You got to have that mindset that, what? It's just a moment in time that I had a lapse in my consciousness, and now I'm moving forward with my goals. And my goals are to be fit, healthy, and active. And able to do that, you cannot have these cravings dominating your every thought. And if you have to give into it and then get moving. Do not allow it to hinder and hang around too long. So that's all I got for today in coaching. Greg, you want to finish out with anything?
That's all I got for you, Coach Roz. I'm about to go get a cup of ice cream right now. Just kidding.
That's great, man. Well, we really love doing these short, quick tips for you guys. Thank you for listening to the Metaburn Insider. Quick tips to motivate, inspire, and educate you to live a healthy and happy lifestyle. I'm Coach Roz, and we are out of here. See you on the next one. Take care.